Are you interested in developing your fuel delivery app? Maybe you thought about creating an app that lets people get fuel delivered to them easily. Well, stay with me because I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how to do that, how to run this app business, how to use AI advantage, and how to create an MVP with a smaller budget. My name is Rebecca and I'm a marketer at Idea Usher. Idea Usher is a leading app development company that helped over 500 businesses worldwide, and many of them were among Fortune 500 companies. We are a team of more than 200 developers, marketers, and testers with more than 50,000 combined hours of coding experience. In this video, I will guide you through the framework of system architecture, validate your app idea, and identify benefits and challenges during the development process. Many YouTubers are doing that. Before starting, I would like to clarify first that this video is not about how to develop an app with no codes. Many YouTubers are doing that, but it is not true to do so. If developing a fuel delivery app within just few hours is really possible, then why do many companies hire software engineers and pay them huge salary to create an app within 12 months of period? Think on this and moving on. First of all, we have to identify who really needs to develop a fuel delivery app. It's reasonable if you are a large fuel distribution company looking to streamline operations and reduce costs associated with traditional delivery methods. Creating your platform for communication and transaction with fuel suppliers and customers can be beneficial too, especially if you have innovative features that can compete with existing delivery services or offer unique advantage to customers. Additionally, if there is a gap in the market for fuel delivery services in your area and you can aim to be the first to fill it, developing a fuel delivery app could be a strategic move. So, without further ado, let's start with fuel delivery app architecture. To understand the core component, we will discuss the various layers of functionalities of the fuel delivery app architecture. At the forefront, we'll develop an interface for customers to place order, track deliveries in real time, and manage their account efficiently. This front-end interface will likely include features such as order placement form, delivery tracking maps, account management options, and possibly notifications for order updates. Behind the scene, there will be a backend system responsible for managing user account, processing order, coordinating deliveries, and handling payment transactions securely. Additionally, a database will store crucial information like user profiles, order history, delivery schedules, and inventory data. Integration with third-party services may also be necessary for functionalities like payment processing, location tracking, and communication with delivery drivers. Finally, strong security measures will be implemented across the entire architecture to safeguard sensitive user data and ensure the reliability of the system. Developing your customized fuel delivery app has its pros and cons, and that needs to be discussed. Starting with the pros of building your fuel delivery app, number one is customer benefit. It helps users to avoid gas station queues and allowing them to refuel at their own pace. Number two is real-time fuel pricing. It gives users more control over their experience. And number three is safety, as it offers a safe environment, especially for refueling at night or in unfamiliar areas. Also, developing a customized fuel delivery app has its own challenges, such as number one, service provider dependency. Having dependence on third-party supplier for fuel delivery may result in delay beyond your control. Number two is challenging market. In competitive markets, standing out among existing fuel delivery services can be challenging, potentially limiting market penetration and growth. And number third is regulation challenges. Complex regulation and compliance requirements in the fuel industry may add complexity and cost to app development and operations. Now let's talk about the cost of developing your fuel delivery app. The application will contain basic functionalities such as online map integration, fuel delivery tracking, driver management, and more. There are various things to consider, including quality assurance, bug fixing, project management, maintenance, and risk. Calculating the cost of developing unique features such as your own might be difficult at this point, but don't worry. I am here to give you the price for the basic MVP features. However, you always have the option to outsource your software development cost to India, which may be a game changer when looking for the best value for money. India is an absolute hidden gem in the app development business. Indian developers have strong English speaking skills, extensive experience in various technologies, a solid math background, and inventive thinking, which help them to think beyond the box. Keep in mind that owing to bank compliance and national regulation law, you may be required to combine Indian and local developers in certain situations and nations. While building your fuel delivery app, you must have enough fun to create an app solution, but you are not required to make a complete product. You can aim to create a minimum viable product. Let's be honest, you can't compete with billion-dollar businesses in the fuel delivery market. This indicates that your solution must be unique while also being limited in functionality. Use the proper framework, approaches, and procedure to achieve your goal as quickly as possible. The first step to achieving a successful product launch is building a minimum viable product. MVP is not just a buzzword, it's a philosophy of each and every process in your business, which means that you have to put all your focus and attention on things that are really important and get rid of all the unimportant nonsense. You may add features like payment processing, fuel tracking, reward programs, chatbots, and invoicing system to develop an MVP of a fuel delivery app. But wait, do you really need chatbots now? Could you use third-party service for an easy integration? And what about reward program? That could be a version 2 feature. Remember, features don't solve your audience problem. Feature overload. As I mentioned earlier, it can be a bad for your startup. Let's be honest, no one expects a perfect product on day one. People look for solution that addresses their specific needs, even if those tools aren't perfect. Here's the catch. If you're cloning an existing solution, you need to offer unique service to your customer. Building a low-effort copycat fuel delivery app won't make you stand out. Customer will just pick the most reliable option. And here's a hidden gem for you. Check negative comments of your competitor's app on platforms like Play Store and App Store. These can reveal real problem users are facing and indicate where you should focus to create a winning clone app. Forget lengthy plans. Start with what users need. The MVP approach lets you test the app quickly. First, understand what annoys people about fuel delivery and how your app can solve them. Now check out the competition. What other fuel delivery apps are doing well and poorly. Can you improve that? Or can you target the specific niche? Look at smaller startups for fresh ideas. Remember, research is always a key. Knowing what worked and failed for other competitors is like a cheat sheet to success of your app. The faster you learn and adapt, the bigger your advantage for your app. But what makes your app special? It could be your connection, a super efficient delivery system, or a great tech solution. This is your secret weapon to stand out. Listen and learn. Watch how people use your app and pay close attention to their feedback. Use this information to improve your app and make it amazing. On top of that, look at the industry giants for inspiration. They have mastered the game, and you can learn from them by studying their user flows and proven methodologies. However, don't limit your research only to the big players. Expand your scope and explore startup in smaller niches in different countries. You will never know what you might discover. There could be a hidden gem that gives you a competitive edge in the market. Trust me, this exploration could be the most beneficial factor in your startup success. But how can you spend less money when making an app? Well, you need to figure out what your product should do for your customers. This means making a simple list of features that solve their problems. When you have the list, you can develop only these features and cut out all other nonsense. Imagine you've come up with a great idea for a fuel delivery app. But before you get started on building it, it is important to understand what your users need and want. They may be looking for a hassle-free way to order fuel whenever they need it, manage recurring deliveries, or even pay by using a preferred payment method. Once you learn these pain points, it's time for you to tailor your app to address them head-on. You could introduce a simple payment process and subscription option for regular fuel deliveries, or integrate with Map for seamless fuel delivery. Remember, The key to success lies in making your app valuable for your user and prioritizing their need at every stage. By staying agile, adaptable, and focused on solving specific challenges within fuel delivery niche, you can for sure stand out in the market. Rather than trying to compete with every other delivery services out there, concentrate on providing exceptional value to a specific audience. Above all, immerse yourself in your customer's experience and understand their pain points. By doing so, you will be better equipped to create solutions that truly resonate and drive your fuel delivery app success. Once you have done a deep dive into your customer's need, pinpointed all your customers' problems, finished competitors' research, and come up with a bunch of app solutions, it's perfect time to prioritize your software features to create your MVP properly. You have to figure out which features are must have, should have, could have, and won't be developed. Also, it helps you by finding out how to get your app's core concept, forming your project's major objective, and converting them into app feature that should be on your development checklist. You will have to try different features multiple times until you find a truly great solution that meets all of your consumers' want, which is why limiting the number of features for the MVP is important. This is when a story map comes into play. A well-crafted story map may help identify user requirements and prioritize critical features for speedy development and launch. But wait, there's more. To maximize user engagement and pleasure, create unique narrative map for each user type. Assume it as offering each user group a treasure map that guides them to the features that are most essential to them. By doing this, you can figure out each group different demands and prioritize features accordingly. In this way, your MVP will address the critical requirements and deliver the most value at this point. Story mapping can save you fun while allowing you to focus on offering value to your audience at the appropriate stage. Alright, let's discuss the app business logic and UX design. Please bear in mind that this is the most important component of the design process. Trust me, UI is meaningless if the UX is poor. The UI is like a skin and the UX is like a skeleton. UX design is the blueprint for your app's business logic. It allows you to develop every imaginable user case and scenario to discover all of the hidden or unexpected user flow. For example, suppose you're in the middle of building a fuel book tool. You've covered fundamental tasks such as login, developing code that allows customer to track their orders, and so on. But what if user needs to cancel the order? Have you added a feature or capability for that? Mockup and UX design business logic can assist you in detecting possible gaps in this situation. The UX design is the foundation of your app's functionality and user experience. Thus, it is important to make it strong. Next, let's talk about UI design, which has the two essential qualities. In the early phase of your journey, UI design may not be a highly focused unless you are targeting a certain niche or group. The UI design for an MVP should be user-friendly across all age groups. This means that the interface should be modern but not too fancy. Your UI design should make it easy for people to solve problems with a few clicks, because each further click costs you the user engagement. So your objective here is to combine well-known icons, create simple functions and their positions, and apply a basic color scheme to assist your consumers in navigating your apps quickly and efficiently. Here's a useful pro tip. To develop a great UI design style and ideas, go through the portfolios on websites like Behance and Review. Look for web and mobile app and add design features that align with your interests. Forget about branding, complex logos, animations, and other visual designs, additional work. At this early point, neither you nor your customer will benefit. Focus your design on consumers' issues with fewer clicks, faster user goal use, and basic yet current design principles. Branding, logos, and animations are only important when your app is functioning and ready to attract investors and generate funding. And recall what Picasso said, good artists copy, but great artists steal. Till so far, if you found this recommendation useful, please show your support by liking and subscribing to our channel. Your support will increase this video's reach in the YouTube algorithm and will ensure that you don't miss any useful business video from us. Thank you for that, and we'll move on. Next, Let's talk about your company's formation structure. Remember that this is not a legal advice, it is simply an observation of company practices and what businesses do. Initially, you must examine if your company location will appeal to potential investors. For example, an investor from the United States is unlikely to give money to the company situated in Germany. Also, plan ahead of time for your potential starting point or IP. Consult with both local and foreign tax professionals about these choices. Remember that this is not a legal advice, it is simply an observation of company practices and what successful businesses do. Initially, you must examine if your company's location will appeal to potential investors. For example, an investor from the United States is unlikely to give money to the company situated in Germany. Also, plan ahead of your time for your potential starting point or IPO. Consult both local and foreign taxes professionals about these choices. Your goal is to figure out how to incorporate your firm worldwide in a way that permits you to pay the lowest visible taxes during the development period and upon deployment. Now let's look at the technology stack. Developing a fuel delivery app required thoughtful examination of selecting the right tools. Selecting the wrong tech stack can result in challenges like poor user interface, unscalable cloud infrastructure, excessive expenses, payment and subscription issue, and app downtime during traffic surges. When developing a fuel delivery app, use a tech stack that allows for a quick development of a minimal viable product. Python, Node.js, Core Java, and Golang are the strong choices here. Most services utilize Java since it is enterprise ready, although it is not a required choice. Angular, React, and Vue.js are examples of framework that may be used to construct web apps. Keep in mind that you must utilize a microservice design to ensure that all of your blocks and modules operate independently, and that if one of them fails, the other will continue to function. Also, the microservice design simplifies maintenance, supports, and upgrades. During the DevOps setup, you may need to deal with a variety of cloud providers like AWS, Google Cloud, Heroku, Digital Oceans, and so on. The reason for this is that some services may be less expensive, more stable, and required by local governments, such as an isolated environment, and not all cloud providers provide these services. To manage and own your code, open an account on GitHub, GitLab, or something similar. Add your developers and track how frequently they upload code modification to your GitHub repository. Now that you have started the development journey, you need to find the correct framework to follow. For your MVP, I suggest adopting the Agile approach, which is one of the most effective techniques available and might greatly speed up your development process. However, in some situations, it can slow down your project by up to 30%. Imagine a situation where you have a team of 5 developers who understand their roles, communicate effectively, and have made significant progress in coding the product. They use simple tools like Trello, Notion, Asana, Monday, Google Doc, and Zoom meetings. However, if your team grows to 15 or more members, you may encounter problems such as decreased team productivity, communication challenge, missed deadlines, lower code quality, and architecture. To prevent these issues, hire a tech lead to manage the team and code architecture. Find a project manager with technical background and implement Scrum, Sprint, Backlog, and retrospective procedures. Conduct daily stand-up to keep everyone informed about ongoing work. Use advanced tools like Jira to organize tasks and track your team productivity. Using the correct tool at the right time can help you get closer to completing your minimum viable product. However, keep in mind that even the greatest tool might fail if not used with proper knowledge and expertise. So, after your project is up and going, you will need to collect relevant data. In the tech businesses, collecting user analytics is essential for identifying key indicators such as unique visitors, behaviors, and session privacy. Using advanced tools like Google Analytics, Session Stack, Firebase, Mixpanel, you can collect useful data. However, it is against the law to track customer credit card information using analytics tools. So keep this in mind while you set up your statistics. Consider local limitations such as GDPR in Europe that may impact your analytics setup. Consistently analyzing app performance, checking user feedback, retention rate, and conversion rate. These can identify areas for improvement to increase user engagement, satisfaction, and revenue. Now, Let's speak about a true game changer that you must include in your business: artificial intelligence. Utilizing the power of AI may provide you with a slight edge. AI is like a supercomputer assistant for fuel delivery app, by which businesses can save time and money. AI algorithm can suggest the best deals and coupon, and if you ever have a question or problem with the app, AI can step in and help you out right away. So, if you want to develop your fuel delivery app and make millions from it, schedule a free consultation with us using our Calendly link. Our expert will connect with you and discuss your business problems and ideas. We can totally turn everything into an amazing business opportunity. So don't wait. Schedule a meeting and let's make it happen.